Yeah. Hey, baby, you see what they say on the back? Read what they say on the back.
Show must go on. Show must go on.
When they like a son of, like, I ain't no nigga son, but for sure like that level, cause studio with him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that on that level to be like, you know, I'm like a product of him rapping.
It's hard to tell somebody to stop making money. Right now, money. You know, you still gotta pay bills, you still got family. I ain't wanna see him just get caught back up and go back to prison, you know? This person who you done jump with now, only reason why they paying attention to you because
everything
that was done before that. You feel what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
person wouldn't even probably mess with you when you was down here at the bottom, but that manager that you done cut out, you know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, he was with you through, you know, the whole process. But if you got somebody that was with you from, you know, when you weren't then, man, figure out how to still, you know, work it out with that person, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, cause like loyalty, I just stand on that. Like that's just a big thing to me, man. Like, you know, loyalty, I try to build our whole thing off loyalty.
May 28, 2010. Yeah, in fact, I actually found the paperwork. But at the very last page here, question, did he make any comments? Answer, I'm gonna kill you. I confronted him about murder and chased him to a car. He got a pistol and chased me in the mall, threatening to kill me. How did you know the subject? He shot me and killed my friend.
Imagine being offered $150 million for your music. Not future money, not maybes, real paper, life-changing wealth that could lock your family in forever. Now imagine turning that deal down. Not because it wasn't good, but because you didn't want to betray the man who put you on, and while you're standing on loyalty, that same man quietly takes double the money and leaves you with nothing. That's the situation Lil Baby just found himself in, and after years of silence, the truth is finally coming out. What looked like one of hip-hop's greatest success stories is now being called one of the coldest business betrayals the industry has seen in years. This isn't just about contracts. This is about trust being weaponized. And by the end of this story, every artist watching is going to question who they're really signed to. And Lil Baby's story doesn't start in a studio. It starts in Atlanta, in Zone 4, where Dominique Jones was already known, just not for music. Before rap, Baby was deep in the streets, not chasing fame, not writing verses, just moving how he knew how to move. Music wasn't a dream, it was an option that didn't exist yet. That's when Pierre P. Thomas, better known as P, stepped in. P wasn't just looking for talent, he was looking for authenticity. Someone whose life already sounded like rap records. Someone the streets respected before a microphone ever got involved. P saw something in Baby that couldn't be taught. Real presence, natural confidence, credibility you don't manufacture. The pitch wasn't flashy, it was simple. You're already living the stories rappers lie about. Why not turn that into legal money? For Baby, that offer wasn't about fame. It was about survival without prison hanging over his head. And P didn't just talk. He invested. Studio time, producers, engineers, game. The early days weren't corporate. They were hands-on. That's important, because this wasn't some cold business arrangement at first. It felt like mentorship. Once Baby committed, the rise was ridiculous. From never recording to dominating charts in under 2 years. Mixtapes hit, features landed, streets accepted, the industry followed. When Harder Than Ever dropped, it wasn't just success, it was confirmation. By 2018, Baby wasn't coming. He was here. Shows went from thousands to hundreds of thousands, then millions. Festival bookings exploded. Features with Drake, Gunna. Everyone wanted in. Streaming numbers climbed into the billions. From P's perspective, now this was the ultimate win. He took a street dude with no music experience and helped shape one of the biggest artists of a generation. From Baby's perspective, P wasn't just a CEO. He was the person who believed before the world did. That relationship mattered, but success changes relationships, especially when catalogs start getting valued like real estate. By 2020, Lil Baby wasn't just an artist. He was an asset, a massive one, which is when Scooter Braun entered the picture. Scooter doesn't chase hype, he chases ownership, catalogs, long-term control. And when his team ran the numbers on Lil Baby, the conclusion was obvious. This catalog was worth a fortune. The reported offer was $150 million for Baby's music. Not QC's, Baby's. That kind of money changes bloodlines. But Baby didn't jump. According to multiple industry sources, when Scooter's camp reached out to set up meetings, Baby stopped everything. His response wasn't greedy, it wasn't defensive, it was loyal. He told them he couldn't take a meeting without P involved, that he wasn't trying to go behind his CEO's back, that P was his real homie. Think about that. Most artists would have taken the meeting quietly, at least listened. Baby didn't even want the conversation unless everyone was included. Scooter's team reportedly told him it wasn't necessary, that this was his catalog, his decision. Baby still said no. That decision is the heart of this entire story, because while Baby was refusing to move without P, P was moving without Baby. Here's where things get ugly. According to leaked phone conversations that later surfaced, P was fully aware of Scooter's interest in Baby's catalog, but instead of working out a deal that would benefit both sides, P saw something bigger. Scooter didn't just want Baby, he wanted control. So, the offer shifted. Instead of buying Baby's catalog for $150 million, Scooter's camp went straight to P and offered $300 million for the entire quality control music. Double the money. One signature, and here's the key detail most people miss. Scooter wasn't buying QC for Migos' old catalog. He wasn't buying nostalgia. According to P's own words in the leaked calls, Lil Baby was the main value driver. That means Baby's music was the reason the price jumped. But Baby didn't see a dollar. P sold the label, took the money, and kept it. In the recordings, P even acknowledges that Baby was supposed to get something, then explains why he didn't. Ownership structures, contracts, control, business, not friendship. That's the moment everything broke. Because Baby didn't lose money by being careless. He lost money by being loyal. He turned down $150 million to avoid betrayal, and was betrayed anyway. When those phone calls hit the internet, the reaction was instant. Not from blogs, from Baby himself. First sign, social media. Lil Baby and QC unfollowed each other. In hip-hop, that's not petty, that's a statement. Industry insiders knew immediately. The relationship was dead. Baby didn't rant. He didn't sneak diss. He didn't crash out. He went quiet, which is often louder. Behind the scenes, his team began reviewing options. But here's the brutal reality. P didn't technically break the law, he operated within ownership rights. That's what made it worse. Ethically nasty, legally clean, and that's why this situation shook the industry. Nor because it exposed something artists don't like admitting. Loyalty doesn't protect you in business. Ownership does. Baby created the value. He generated the streams. He sold the tickets. He built the brand. But because he didn't own the structure around his catalog, he had no control when the biggest deal of his life happened. This wasn't an isolated incident either. Quality control had already faced heat before. The Migos lawsuit, contract disputes, Offset paying millions to reclaim rights, artists quietly complaining about money not matching success. Industry people weren't shocked. They were just surprised it happened to someone as big as Baby. That's why this story matters beyond drama. It's a warning. Because if Lil Baby, one of the most successful rappers alive, can get cut out of a $150 million deal, one then no artist is safe without airtight ownership. The conversation across the industry shifted immediately. Artists started asking different questions. Who owns my catalog? Who controls my exit? What happens if someone wants to buy me? Because Baby did everything right, stayed loyal, trusted his CEO, didn't move funny, and still lost generational money. That changes how artists think. Fans overwhelmingly sided with Baby, not because he played victim, but because he didn't. He stood on integrity and got punished for it. P, on the other hand, didn't deny the deal. He explained it, like chess. That explanation did more damage than silence ever could, because it showed how differently they saw the relationship. To Baby, it was partnership. To P, it was leverage. And that's the real lesson here. The music industry doesn't reward loyalty. It rewards leverage. Contracts don't care how you feel. Ownership doesn't care who you trust. The $150 million Baby lost isn't just money. It's proof that artists need to protect themselves before success, not after it. Because once the numbers get big, relationships get small. Baby has since distanced himself, moved smarter, and made it clear he's not the same artist he was when he signed. The silence isn't weakness, it's recalibration, and every new artist watching this unfold is taking notes. So here's the real question. Was Lil Baby wrong for being loyal? Or was he just loyal in an industry that doesn't value it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you have taken that meeting? Or stood on principle like Baby did? Make sure you subscribe, because stories like this are reshaping how artists move. And if this can happen at the top, imagine what's happening at the bottom. In this game, talent gets you noticed, but ownership keeps you safe. And that's the lesson Lil Baby paid $150 million to learn.